Rest in peace, US dollar. That's right, the US dollar is now a dead currency. It managed to survive almost 40 years from when it was first made worthless in 1971, completely removed from anything real and turned into just, as you've heard said many times, nothing but paper. That's absolutely true. There is nothing here in this this bill that is of any value, and it has no redeemable value, and in fact has even lost 97% of its perceived value since it was created through inflation, the hidden tax. So what this means is that the US dollar is no longer accepted as a currency on this planet. Excuse all the planes today. The US dollar is no longer being accepted as a currency in most places. Some people haven't heard this yet though, so it is still redeemable for goods and services, including silver. It's kind of funny, there's a loophole in the system where you can actually turn nothing into something of value. It's very few and far between that you can still do this, but I'm able to do it. Here in town there's someone who's willing to accept paper for money. So that's what my business is all about, is helping other people do that, because not everyone has access to this kind of service. So I do. So yeah, we're still turning paper into money, but it's getting harder to do as people catch on and realize that the US dollar is a dead currency and is no longer valid anywhere in the US or otherwise. So just keep that in mind. If you hadn't heard yet, this is news to you. I'm sorry to break it to you that your money, what you thought was money, is not. And I guess we're just moving back into a kind of a money that makes more sense. Things that have intrinsic value, meaning they have value in and of themselves. They don't represent value. They're not a coupon to be redeemed for value. We don't even have coupons that can be redeemed for value anymore. They're just coupons that people have been trading for the past 40 years. But people have finally caught on. There is no value in these units. If this was a 1 or 100, doesn't matter. They're both worth the same amount. They're not worth anything. So it's going to take a while for people to fully appreciate what this means. For example, I still hear people talking about their net worth, and they denominate it in dollars a lot of the time. This currency that doesn't exist anymore. And you know, more realistically, they should be denominating it in hours or ounces, or other things that do have value and make more sense. Make sense at all, in fact. So yeah, rest in peace, US dollar. And of course, not all currencies are as bad off as the US dollar was before it died, but they're all heading in the same direction as all fiat money does. It's a mathematical certainty that a fiat system cannot continue. It's a short-term fix. It allows you to hyperinflate your own currency and buy a lot of stuff off of other people who aren't aware of what you're up to, I guess. But most people have caught on now, and the government and the banks who set this up in the first place have always been in the loop. The people now are catching on for the most part. You can still find people who will accept these. I'm not saying that you should just throw them all in the garbage. I mean, that's what I'm doing with mine. But if you can find someone who will accept it in return for something of value or something real, then my recommendation is to go for it. Although I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research. And I guess you've heard yesterday the Fed announced its next step toward hyperinflation, which is they're back on the printing presses again. When they met at the G20, all the other nations told the U.S., you know, that's not working. You're kind of screwing us all over by continually printing your own money and buying stuff with it, because it's not real, and we know it's not real. And that the U.S. said, well, I think we're going to print some more. And yesterday they announced, yeah, they are printing more. Ben Bernanke came on and he said we're doing the next round of printing, the next round of hyperinflation. So they're counterfeiting currency. That, they do have a legal right to do so, but obviously it's not a moral. They're not morally right to do so. It's fraud, but they do have a legal right. They have that loophole in place. So just be aware of that. If you still have any of the paper, or digital, even worse, it's just paper that's being tracked. My recommendation is to get out of it as quickly as you can. And good luck out there. Talk to you soon. Actually, I just thought of a good use for that paper. What you can do is you can burn it. And I don't need the heat. It's a decently warm day today, but the compost really likes ash. It's really good for compost, so just put that in there. There we go. It's becoming much more useful as we speak.